or good night to any of those out there. My name is TJ Smooth of Smooth Effect Reviews. That's right, Smooth Effect Reviews. You're going to hear a lot about us because we're doing a lot of different things right now. You may remember me from the 12-12-12 concert review, also from the Miracle El Karim's Brooklyn Net project. I was there discussing as well with the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I would like to get into my main portion of my reviews, and that's music. I love music. I love everything about music. I love every type of music. I don't have a personal favorite. I can get into anything, and it doesn't bother me because I love music so much. Now, one of the main things I'd like to discuss today is, of course, none other than Bruno Mars's Unorthodox Jukebox. Now, for those of you that are not Bruno Mars fans, you give him a chance, but I didn't really like him. I'm going to explain something to you. Bruno Mars is a fantastic artist. Bruno Mars is probably one of the best singers today. Okay, now we're not going to use artists from back then. I'm talking about today. Today, from these artists that come out, Bruno Mars is one of the top singers. Okay, not only just a top singer, but a top performer. He plays the piano. He can. I mean, I don't know what else he can play. I believe he can play the guitar. Obviously, if we remember from a couple of songs ago, from Billionaire, he was jamming on the guitar. So, I'd say probably one of the top artists out there right now, okay? And the guy does the right music. Now, that's what I really like about this, is because he does his own thing. He's not sticking with the way things are going now. You can have straight-up hip-hop banging music. You can have the club music going on, but Bruno Mars does his own thing. That's why I respect him as an artist. So I'm going to tell you today the reason why I feel you should definitely listen to Unorthodox Jukebox by Mr. Bruno Mars himself. So Bruno, if you're out there, and for some reason you're listening, I just want to tell you, man, you did a fantastic job. I love your album. Huge, huge fan of this album. Now, we all know the songs Locked Out of Heaven and Young Girls. Why? Because they're on the radio. And that's the problem. Everybody assumes that because it's on the radio, these are the only good songs that he has. Absolutely not true. And most people will just download those songs themselves. I'm telling you no. I'm telling you to get in your pockets. Go to the nearest store that actually has CDs, or go to iTunes. Whatever you have to purchase, purchase this album. Do not download this album for free. Do not try to get away with anything like that. I'm saying buy this album. It's fantastic. He's got another song on there called Gorilla, which technically reminds me of the song It Will Rain that was from the Twilight Saga movies. Now, I'm not a fan of the whole Twilight movies thing. I don't want to get into that, but it reminded me of that type of song, and I really enjoyed it because I actually really did like that song. Like I said, I'm a huge Bruno Mars fan. So that song, I'd say, you gotta get it. You gotta listen to it. You're gonna enjoy it really much. If you really enjoyed the song It Will Rain, the previous one that he came out with a while ago, you will actually really enjoy this song. So Gorilla, keep in mind, Gorilla will remind you of It Will Rain that was on the Twilight Saga album. I don't remember which one. I'm, again, not a big fan. The next song that I came on the track list was a song called Treasure. And Treasure was a fantastic song because Treasure reminds me of like that 80s type dance music that we all probably grew up to. We were getting down and dirty, we were dancing all the time. But this is why I love Bruno Mars so much, because he's not sticking with just this one type of genre. He's moving around, and that's what makes a fantastic artist. As an artist myself, I respect him. I know what he does, and that's why I will sit there and listen to Bruno Mars with no problem. His first album, Doo-Wop and Hooligans, I thought was a fantastic album as well. I believe he should have won way more awards than he probably did. But he also, in that album, he stuck to a lot of the same things. Obviously, usually being your first album, you tend to not have so much creativity brought onto the scene. So this one, you can definitely tell this is Bruno Mars doing everything. He's writing it. He's probably producing. I know he's producing it. He's doing everything on this album, and that's what makes this album fantastic. The next song on the track list comes out as Moonshine. And Moonshine is another fantastic album. The reason I say Moonshine is another fantastic album is fantastic single, excuse me. It reminds me of Michael Jackson. It reminds me of a Michael Jackson feeling, a Michael Jackson flavor. And that is what, and I'm a huge MJ fan, and I know a lot of people are, and I remember, nobody will ever replace Michael Jackson. Nobody will ever replace Michael Jackson. But this song reminds me a lot of Michael Jackson, and it's very strong. And I have to say, you know, I'm a big fan of this song. And would I say it's one of the top songs on the album? I wouldn't say it is, but it's definitely worth listening to, and I guarantee you will enjoy it. The next one we have is what is that? Natalia. I believe that's Natalia. So this one's a little more harder, actually. He went a little bit more with the more of like a little stepping going on, like some old school stepping, a little harder, a lot of dance in it, but there's more steps. So I believe the song's actually called Natalie. Excuse me, it's early in the morning, so I'm not really clicking on right now. The song's called Natalie. So that song has a lot of high step, a lot of dance, a little more punch in it. And you know, when you listen to a Bruno Mars album, you really do need a little bit of punch involved. And he gives it to you. And that's why I like Bruno Mars a lot, because he gives you what you want. You want the punch, he gave you the punch. So Natalie is a song you want to actually listen to. Again, forgive me, again, early in the morning, still a little shout out for everything. The next single that comes out from the album is called Show Me. Now, Show Me is a reggae type song, and this is why I believe he should even push a little bit into the reggae scene, because this song is awesome. If you smoke to this song. It's a great song, and it's just got the whole little reggae renditions of every type of thing going on. It's like a Bob Marley. I mean, I would never compare him to Bob Marley, but like a Bob Marley feeling. I can smoke, I can drink, I can sleep, I can do whatever I want to this song. And this is why I enjoy this song so much. Next one comes out is Money Makes Her Smile. Now, Money Makes Her Smile is type of loud type of song. Club could actually use this type of song. A lot of dancing could be involved in this, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually mixes this song into like a club song. A fantastic song, though. I would, you know, like I said, if I'm listening to Bruno Mars' Unorthodox Jukebox on my iPod, I'm not changing anything. I'm listening to the whole thing straight through. That's why I'm a huge fan of Bruno Mars and this album. The next song that comes out is If I Knew. This reminds me of like an old school love song. Something that you would find on a jukebox. If you go to one of those, like, you know, the malt fucking shake shops back in the day. I'm talking back in Pleasantville. You know, everybody wants a shake. Let me get a chocolate shake, banana split. And you got those jukeboxes in there. And this song will be found on that jukebox. And you can just hang out with your friends and your girls with their long skirts. It's like Grease. And you'll have the shakes, and you got the song playing. And you're going to get up and you're going to say, da, 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 da. And that is why, like I said, he moves around. He gets into different genres. And that's what makes Bruno Mars a fantastic artist. I'm a huge fan of this guy. I'll constantly keep saying it every time I bring up a song because it's oh so good. How could you not? The next song comes out. It's called Old and Crazy. Excuse me again. Old and Crazy, which is like a type of swing music. We're talking 60s, 70s music. We're talking getting down and dirty right now. We're not talking about some sexual feeling. We're talking about straight up, hey girl, you want to get up and just dance with me? That's it. They didn't do nothing crazy back then. It was dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum. And that's the type of music that I'm personally not a fan of, but it works, and that's why you have to get into this album. It works out so well with everything that's done. And because it's called Unorthodox Jukebox, he needs to put a little flavor of some old school in it. That's why it's such a great song. And that's why I enjoy listening to it very much. Now, there's another song on there called When I Was Your Man. It's more of like, you know, like kind of the way Bruno Mars was last album. A lot of slow with the piano and just pretty much expanding his vocals as much as he can, which again, amazing singer. Doesn't need to expand too much because he's a fantastic singer. I'm personally not a big fan of this song. You know, I believe there are other songs on this. I believe every other song on this album is worth listening to. If I had to skip over a song, I would possibly skip over this song. Otherwise, I will not skip over any other thing. I will go straight forward 1 to 11 because they have demos as well. There's Locked Out of Heaven demo. There's the Young Girls demo. There's like little mixes on there. But these are the main tracks of the album. And I would say right now, Bruno Mars, you did a great job, and Unorthodox Jukebox is a fantastic album, and for those that need to get into Bruno Mars, if you're not into Bruno Mars, listen, you can be whatever you're into. That's your life. It's your opinion on what you want to get into. But I got to tell you, this album is fantastic. Okay? If anybody just wants to give Bruno a shot, just, you know what, maybe I should give Bruno Mars a shot. Listen to this album. Don't go back. You can go to his first album because, like I said, it was a very good album. But this album, this is a good album. This is a very, very, very good album. And there's so much for everybody to listen to. If you're into the 80s type music, you'll love this album. If you're into the way Bruno Mars is right now, you'll love this album. If you're into, like, type of maybe a little loud dancing club music, you're not getting the right album. Alright, go on to David Guetta. Hit up some Flow Rider because that's that type of music. This is not. And this is the music that I think we should be into, especially at our age. I'm only 25, so anybody that's around my age, I believe you should be able to enjoy this music because we grew up to this type of music. And that's what makes Bruno Mars such an amazing artist. Now, I'm a big fan of Bruno Mars, again. So, I give Bruno Mars Unorthodox Jukebox 10 stars because it's a fantastic album. 1 out of 10, it's getting 10. Alright, so there's one song on there I don't enjoy. You would think I would have to drop, maybe at least give him a 9 because there is one song I wouldn't enjoy. But that's not why I'm giving my personal opinion on it. It's because of the album himself, the artist himself, the way it was produced is fantastic. It's not just like a bunch of drum machines. It's real instruments. And that's what makes music good. We don't need a bunch of just beats getting made by drum machines. When you get real added instruments, songs become better, more clearer, and their voices sound better. And that's why I'm a huge fan of this album and a big fan of Bruno Mars. So, my suggestion is, Christmas is only tomorrow, because it's Christmas Eve. And you want something for Christmas, my suggestion is get out there and get yourself Bruno Mars Unorthodox Jukebox, because it's absolutely fantastic. And like I said before, Bruno Mars, if you're out there listening, you did a fantastic job, my friend. I can't wait for any more. If you come into New York, please let me know. I would love to see you live. Also, for anybody out there that has any questions, any personal comments, or maybe you want me to like review another album, see what I personally think about it, don't forget to comment right below here, right below. You can subscribe to Smooth Effects Reviews. We're going to have a lot more things coming up. We're going to have some more albums. I'm going to be able to discuss some artists, some singles out there that I feel you guys should also listen to. We're going to be discussing Mr. Miracle himself, El Karim's going to be getting out there discussing anything to do with sports. We might even have some interviews from what I'm hearing. Also, the next video coming out is going to be Mr. El Karim, the Miracle himself, discussing the New York Knicks and how the hell did the Knicks become the way they are now. And I got to tell you, I'm really interested in hearing that. Not a Knicks fan, but interested. Also, we're going to have Mr. A-Town himself discussing cancellations for the new up-and-coming TV series and shows that were just recently picked up, and he's going to tell you what he feels about this. So again, my name is TJ Smooth of Smooth Effects Reviews. I thank you for listening, and I hope to see all of you once again. And again, enjoy your holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Smooth Effects Reviews.